Brought to you by Gamezy. Win up to rupees 5 crores every day. Download the app now.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the IPL news update, and boy do we have a lot of ground to cover today, especially regarding player availabilities. Now obviously many were expecting that Glenn Maxwell would be available for Bangalore very soon, and indeed he has completed his 3-day quarantine and he has also been training with the squad. However, the team's coach Mike Hesson has put out an interesting update that makes it clear that Maxwell will only be available for RCB's game, which is on April 9th. Yes, he will not be able to play as soon as was expected because many thought that he would be in action against the Rajasthan Royals. However, the reason for that, as was something that Hesson explained when he spoke in a video that RCB had put out on their official social media handles, and he said that there was an instruction or an order from Cricket Australia where they said that no centrally contracted Australian players could play in the IPL until at least April 6th. That means that Maxwell will not be available for the game against the Rajasthan Royals, but he should be available for the next game after that. And now we move on from one player who's contracted to RCB to another. And in fact, we're talking about another Australian player here. And yes, as you could probably guess, we're talking about Josh Hazlewood. Now, obviously, many expected that Hazlewood too would be available sooner rather than later, but that's not necessarily going to be the case. As we know, the Australian players were in Pakistan for a full tour, and they would have been available from April 6th onwards, but Hazlewood has not yet linked up with the franchise and will instead be flying home for what is being described by a report in news agency PTI. It's for personal reasons, they said, quoting a top anonymous source who's in the know of developments. Now, that means that if we consider the fact that he's flown home for personal reasons and the fact that he will have to take a 3-day quarantine afterwards, means that he's unlikely to be available till at least April 12th, which would be a little bit of a blow because Hazlewood, as we know, is a top-notch operator who would enhance the RCB's bowling lineup immensely. But that's enough RCB news for now, and it's time to move on to the Kolkata Knight Riders and their team mentor, David Hussey, who's made quite the interesting claim when he said that Umesh Yadav has been the best buy of the IPL 2002 till this point. Now, obviously, if he had said this before the IPL started, many would have disagreed with him, but Umesh currently sits atop the purple cap standings, having taken 8 wickets, and his economy rate is currently at something less than 5. It's quite the turnaround, and Hussey has praised Umesh for the way that he's handled himself and the way that he has performed in pressure situations, especially with leading the KKR bowling lineup and doing very well in the early overs. And last but not least, there's been more praise for another Indian pace bowler, but this time from a different franchise, because Rajasthan Royals star Jos Buttler has lavished plenty of praise on his teammate Prasidh Krishna. Yes, Buttler has said that he sees Prasidh as a very fast and a very speedy and very skilled bowler, and he also added that he believes that Prasidh will one day be playing for all formats for India in the near future. It is high praise indeed from someone who, lest we forget, has accomplished a lot in the sport, including winning the ICC World Cup. And that's it for now. Thank you for joining us on a daily basis for these updates. We try to do whatever it is we can to give you all of the news. So if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, share it, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And if you want some of the best news updates, in fact, more than just news updates, you want analysis, you want feature pieces, you want whatever it is, we have it available here, and not just for the IPL, but for all sports. So do subscribe if you haven't already. I will take your leave for now. Thank you very much.